this kind of has a service drawer, if you will. So this just opens up. Okay. Inside here, detergent. So that needs checking. I would just check the detergent every morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we do.
So similar to your old washer, really, in the sense, check that every morning. That has a decent capacity, and you get given a 100 milliliter jug. It's dependent on usage. Yeah. So check that every morning, and I would always use this beacon. There's always reasons why I give you beakers in certain quantities, because they don't want you to go spilling everywhere. Yeah. Stick to that. I reckon maximum 2 of those every morning, you'll be fine. Okay. So one of those, that's 2 cycles worth of detergent. Okay. All right. So it's depending on how often you will be using it. Okay. On the right hand side here, got your on and off switch. Yeah, you can manage it on the wall. It's completely up to you. Won't make much of a difference there or there. Then you've got the USB key that records all the cycles. That's to remain inside the machine at all times. Okay. All right. That one is for me when we come and do the service and the validation and stuff like that. So that's to connect to the software on my laptop. So there's no need for you to bother with that one. This does come out as well.
I was going to say, yeah. Stop it.
And is it the same detergent that we used previously?
No, so it's completely different detergent. Okay. All right, so the detergent, which should be in...
Is it there?
Yeah. So that's the detergent that you're going to be using.
Okay. And we get that from you?
Yes, yeah.
You.
Okay. On the website, on the shop,
yeah.
or ring up.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, this just screws on and off. Obviously, once you've topped it up, just put the cap back on. And one thing sometimes people forget as well, give that a little bit of a rinse out once you've filled it up, because get it everywhere, it just gets a bit crusty and you just get a bit of residue inside. So on the old washer, were you putting descaler through it quite often?
Yeah.
Yes.
How often would you say? Was it like...
Could be a couple of times a week.
A couple of times a week?
Yeah.
And you'd have to run that on an empty instrument, yeah? Obviously nothing inside it. Yeah. Right, so this has got a built-in water softener, so you don't have to do that anymore. But obviously with that, you've just got to top it up with dishwasher salt. We've tested the water and it's extremely soft around here. So how often you're going to have to top it up, I don't know at the minute. It's just going to be trial and error, because...
So will that just use what it needs?
So we don't need
uses
that
what it
descaling?
Needs. No, you don't need to do that.
Okay.
We were going to explain this because we saw that over there, but So the reason, like I say, that machine we've taken away, it doesn't have a built-in water softener. It has no softener connected to it whatsoever. So what you may have seen sometimes, like little spots on instruments and things like that. But even get it wet, instruments get a bit rusty. So water softeners, we would always use them for that. All right. So once this is finished in a minute, at the back of the machine, just like your dishwasher at home, just got a little screw cap. You've got the funnel. Fit the funnel inside. Top it all with salt. When the machine gets low on salt, it will come up with a message on the display.
So it will tell us?
It will tell you.
Okay.
And
again, is it normal dishwasher salt, or is it got to be a...
It doesn't have to be a specific, any dishwasher
Just
salt.
dishwasher
You can
salt.
go to a Tesco Express or
Whatever,
Morrison's.
put in the dishwasher at home, whatever I want.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Okay.
All right. It's one of those. It's always regards how often you're going to have to be topping it up. I don't know. Every site's different, but with your soft water, it's not going to be very often.
Okay.
All right. You can override the message. So when the message comes up, or any message at all, so say if the unlikely event the machine does fail, the reset procedure is to hold the stop button in for 5 seconds. So rule of thumb, if you get an alarm, hold the stop button for 5 seconds. All right. The other buttons on the display are quite self-explanatory. So start cycle button, play. That's your programming, and that's the open door button. All right. This comes with P1, P2, P3. So it's always dependent on how kind of... There we go. I'm glad that's happened.
It's the same noise.
Oh, sorry. Can't change it. A
Keep doing it until you see it.
Not take that on it.
No.
Oh no, it's stopped. All right.
No, she does upload you like a nice tune.
Oh,
Like,
nice and green.
Yeah.
Green for go.
So, once the cycle's finished, this is what happens.
Right.
All right. As soon as you press that door open button, it'll go back to the original screen. P1 cycle is the cycle you're going to be using. That's the it fulfills all parameters for a wash disinfector.
Okay.
All right. Regards, I know you're going to ask me cycle time. It's about the same as your old one.
Is it?
Yeah.
5 minutes, isn't it?
So, the drying on these you can't turn off. I would always recommend drying anyway on any wash disinfector. I always think that like any instruments that are left wet or moist, it's not good. Because like I explained before, you can get rust patches, you can get spots on instruments. Forced air drying is just the best way. So on these, it's preset at 18 minutes. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, the P1 cycle is the cycle you're going to be using day to day. So now that's finished, let's open that door. So I'll just show you inside it. So it does come with stand-up basket, tray basket.
Yep.
If you've got anything else you want to put in there, that's fine. You know, regards furniture. Only thing I'll say is just make sure that nothing is blocking the spray arms. All right. Check the spray arms. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd check them before every time it's put on, because when the spray arms don't rotate, it can affect the cycle. But anything you put in there, just make sure it's not blocking the spray arms.
Okay.
All right. This on the right hand side of the carriage, it has got like a little grommet here that fits into the back of there. It just aids the circulation.
Yeah. Did the old
So
one
what-
have something that
It
clicked
did,
in,
it
isn't
What
did.
do they normally put in there?
There's you
It's
get metal
trays.
cartridges, you know.
Yeah, or
right.
cassettes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get cassettes for wash disinfectors.
You know, like John's Penny.
Oh right,
That
yeah.
would fit in that.
We've just had trays.
Yeah. Because we don't use the metal trays for everything.
I always think cassettes are the best things for washes, but they're expensive.
Does it come with cassettes now?
No,
you have to
sorry.
buy sets.
Okay.
So this is where you're going to be filling the salt, all right. So that is lefty loosey righty tighty.
Okay.
So I fill that to so like that's done one cycle. It's only used a tiny bit. I don't think you're barely going to be filling that all. You've got really soft water around here.
Okay.
Northwest in general has. So if you were to fill it though, this
Use the
funnel
funnel.
inside, as soon as you start kind of like reach this area or even spill around the top, just stop filling up. If you spill any, don't worry. It'll just dissolve in the cycle.
Okay.
There's a little bit left in there as well. Bit similar in the sense as well with these filters. So this filter here just pops out. Maybe once a week, give that a clean out and a check. I'll be honest, you know, I always say this, there's got to be something quite substantial to block those filters. But just keep an eye on them. We do find all sorts, but when we come and do the service anyway, all filters and stuff will be checked.
Okay. So apart from the dishwasher salt, the detergent,
Yeah.
and emptying the filter, that's really only the maintenance that we have to do with it.
Yeah, so regards like the other testing, the testing's kind of generic, so it doesn't matter which wash disinfector you've got. So the testing's kind of generic, so you know like the protein testing, like
Yes.
clean and fix stuff like that, just exactly the same.
Okay.
Alright, oh yeah, I can see those up there.
Yeah.
Exactly the same. Doesn't matter which wash disinfector you've got, it's generic, just carry on doing the tests that you do. It even comes with a little maintenance logbook.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
If that is some use of you. If needs be, we can forward you on our logbooks that we've got, and then you can fill those in. But I'd say that's pretty sufficient.
Fantastic.
So I'll just show you regards closing the door, because one thing that can annoy me is people that slam doors on any kind of decon equipment, because you can break them just like anything. They always say the best way to close the door, push it like that at the top corners, and that's it.
Right.
No need for anything else. No need for slamming, smashing. It's all good. And then again, if you need to open the door for any reason, open like that. So once the door's closed, you loaded the instruments. Simply to start the cycle, P1. And then
Should I
play.
just press the play?
And then
Is
that's
that
it. Then it'll do the cycle for you.
Okay.
On the bottom right corner, it will tell you how long's left on the cycle.
Okay.
Alright.
The old one did that, so.
Yeah.
So P1's the one that we're going to use all the time.
All the time.
What is P2 and P3 just out of interest?
They're just longer cycles for more soluble instruments.
Right, okay.
It's not really needed, is it? It's more
We're
for
never
like...
going to need it.
No.
Okay.
For a dental practice, no. It's more for like hospitals and stuff like that. So P1's absolutely fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the P plus at the bottom?
The P plus is additional cycles.
Okay.
I'll show you them anyway. It's more for the engineers, to be honest.
All right. Okay.
You can just run. So obviously you've got different stages of the disinfection cycle: pre-wash, wash, this rinse, disinfection, and dry. It just they're just shorter bits of the full cycle. So you can just run a pre-wash, which is like 6 minutes long. So that was good for me because I was just rinsing the detergent off, and then you can just run a standalone drying phase as well. But with 18 minutes of drying, you shouldn't need to do that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. That's not pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, easy enough to use. Yeah, there's not much else to tell you, to be honest.
Yeah. It's very similar to the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.